Hello everyone, my name is Mr.E, and every day I come home, I see a box, and that box reminds me of a failure of mine, and it's my failure to all of you. Failures are not necessarily bad, so long as you learn from them. And that's what this is. It's me telling you I failed you and hoping that you don't hate me. I come home every day and I see this booster box, and I remember, I don't know, it's been 3 months maybe since my last upload, maybe 2 months, and I don't like having regrets, so I kind of woke up every day regretting not showing you or doing that video. And that's what this is today. This is me making up for that, if you'll allow it. So, without further ado, I say, let's go ahead and get started. I promised this quite some time ago. So, I hope to do more in the future. As to a regular upload schedule, I'm trying to get my own place, and it doesn't seem like a consistent time I will have off for quite the foreseeable future. But I will try my best. I'm making it more complicated than it has to be. Let me go ahead and grab my little knife. Okay. There we go. So, during this video, we'll discuss the cards as well as how are you all doing. I really do want to know, are you relaxing? Are you sleeping well? I want this video to be about all of you. I want to know your wants, your needs. How are you as a person, as a human being? of a discussion about the cards, of course, and me asking you a lot of questions, and hopefully you answer them down below. So usually we mix up the cards, if I remember correctly. And I think doing it like this, it's going to add some variety. And, you know, I like making things more complicated than they have to be. See, I've already messed up. But I'm curious as to how you all are doing. I've always wondered, because, you know, you're in your own ecosystem, your own life, but my philosophy throughout life has been always treat others better than you would treat yourself. And I think it's worded like that specifically because some people, hell, me included, sometimes just don't want to be treated well, I guess. So I strive to make other people feel better or treat them better than I would treat myself, just because it's not like I necessarily live my life to please others, but I mean, we're all human, right? We all, whether we like it or not, we all live on the same planet. And I quite enjoy it, at least. So I try to do the best I can for others, because I don't have it bad, guys. I mean, I have a job, I have a family, not a family of my own, not yet, but a family. And I think we often nowadays forget about all the good things in our lives. And I was just wondering how you all feel. How's work? Are you more tired than usual? I would say try walking. I've recently done a lot of that. In fact, I'm even in a competition with a friend from work to see who can get the most steps by the end of the year. And yeah, it's a little money wager too, but it's not like it was done for the money. It was more to get somebody to get my button gear, if you would. Because I find myself unmotivated to do a lot of stuff. And that's whether because I'm tired or I don't know. I've always had a mentality of I really don't care. And I know that goes against what I said earlier. But it's just something I've always had. And I made this wager because not only did I know that this person would be interested in that, but that this person, a friend of mine, will motivate me, vice versa, even if not directly. And what I mean by that is they just living their normal life, and then me looking at how far they've walked and realizing that I, who has all the time in the world, after, well, not all the time, but time in the world, and this person who has children can still do more than me, just goes to show you how lazy I've become. So now that I walk in the mornings before work, sometimes after if I have time, and stuff like that, I feel better every day. Also, I've been drinking a lot of water. Something I haven't done my whole life was drink a lot of water. I've never really drinking that many fluids, to be honest with you. But now I strive for a gallon to a gallon and a half a day. And it's hard because, like I said, I never really drank fluids. As weird as it may sound, I'd have like a glass of tea at some point, a glass of water, and maybe a soda, and that would be 3 things a day. And that's not efficient. Not for my body, so. If you're ever feeling sluggish, start drinking water. And maybe doing a little bit of exercise. Oh yeah, these were hard to open. It might work for you, it might not. But it's always worth a shot. Nope. How was this? It's been a while, so let's go ahead and get a zoom in. So here's your code card. But I hope you all are doing well. Like I said, I hope you are relaxing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, it's been a minute since I've messed around with some cards. We have a psychic energy. Unidentified fossil. Far-fetched. Tentacruel. Volibee. Grutini. Zaro. Or Zoror. I forget how to pronounce his name. Psyduck. Recently saw him in a movie. Emolga. Sabrina's Suggestion is our reverse. And lastly, a Starmie. I recently saw the Detective Pikachu movie. I thought it was really good for a movie. There hasn't been a lot of games that have transitioned well into movies. But that one, I enjoyed quite well. Funny, heartwarming, just a good movie. I wonder if you guys seen it, or maybe not. Maybe you didn't find that much interest in it. But if you hadn't seen it because you thought it wasn't gonna be a good movie, I'd say it's worth the watch. But go when your local theater is cheaper. Ours happens to be Tuesdays. I don't know if it's the same everywhere. There's your card. But that being said, it was nice. Ferroseed, Charmander, Helioptile, Mankey, Vulpix, and I forgot to shuffle the So before we go any further, 1, 2, 3, 4. Lightning energy, war turtle, heliolisk, buff padding, and dangerous drill, and parasect. I'm curious how many of you out there either have an interest in Pokemon cards or just Pokemon in general. And if you do, or if you don't, actually, is my voice not? I was gonna say something, but no. There's your code card. And 1, 2, 3, 4 to the front. There we go. A psychic energy, Hitmonlee, Doughblade, dangerous drill, Dratini, Poniard, Alolan Grimer, Ponyta, Mareep. Oh, wow. I don't think we've gotten this one yet. An Alolan Golem. It's beautiful card art. Absolutely gorgeous. I recently found out that these are not actually rock mustaches. I mean, in a sense they kind of are, but they're actually iron filings that build up in certain areas on the Golem and Geodude in respective. It was quite interesting to find that out. Okay. Lastly, we have a Galvantula. In the future, at some point, like I said, I do hope to do other types of ASMR content. But currently, I'm restricted on space for recording. Pretty much to this desk, and that's about it. But I would like to explore other avenues. There you go. I want to try different things, learn new things. I'm curious, what would you like to see besides the things I've done? Water energy. What is your favorite type of ASMR? Water memory, Ammonite, Kangaskhan, Helioptile, Execute, Ferroseed, Meowth, Geodude. Our reverse is Evital, or is it Yveltal? I'm gonna have to look up how to pronounce this one as well. And lastly, Alolan Executor with that beautiful artwork I love so much. But in terms of ASMR, what kinds do you like, or what would you like to see, or maybe give me some ideas for a new type? I don't know. Oh. The lucky red carp. Almost ruined that. There you go. I did want to do this. I had this huge thing planned in terms of ASMR. It was an RP, fairy energy, but I really don't have the space for it right now, which is kind of sad because it'd be quite long and it'd be quite an undertaking, but I really do want to do it so bad. I need my own place, essentially. Gold duck, very concentrated, very focused. Donna, Spirit Tomb, our lucky Magikarp, Zaru, Larvitar, Psyduck, Volibee. Our reverse is a Grass Memory. And lastly, an Articuno holographic. A very beautiful card. Articuno's eye on this one is actually glowing, which is interesting, because usually he has red eyes and you can see it in the anime, but it almost has a glimmer here if you can kind of get it right there. First good card of the day, so let's read it. Blizzard Veil. As long as this Pokemon is in your active Pokemon, whenever your opponent plays a supporter card from their hand, prevent all effects on that card done to your benched water Pokemon. Next is his attack. Cold Cyclone costs 2 water energy. Move 2 water energy from this Pokemon to one of your benched Pokemon, dealing 70 damage to the opponent. Interesting. It would be quite an undertaking, but it would be something interesting. Something you would like. It would require about a month's worth of work, but yeah, I really do hope to get it out before next year. And I know when I say that it sounds horrible, but that's as far as my schedule goes. It's very unpredictable. I thought I had a handle on it. There you go. But I clearly don't. And I'm kind of sad that I don't, but I'm kind of not sad. Because although I may work quite an extensive amount of time, it gives me that opportunity to make money to get my own place, so that I can do greater content for you. More interesting content. Not that this is not interesting, but more elaborate, essentially. Persian. Metal Goggles. Golduck. Klefki. Pidgey. Emolga. A Lucky Magikarp. Execute. Pangaroo is our reverse. No, Pangaroo, is that a reverse? Yes, it is. Pangaroo is our reverse. It's kind of hard. At that angle, you can't tell until I shift it. And lastly, wow, Ingo and Emmett trainer card. Let's see if we can get let's zoom in on this one. I love the full art trainer cards, guys. They are some of my favorite cards in the deck. Trying not to get direct light on it. Kind of. Ingo and Emmett. Let's go ahead and read this one. Look at the top card of your deck and then choose one. Discard your hand and draw 5 cards. Discard your hand and draw 5 cards from the bottom of your deck. Interesting. So, based on what you see, you can either choose the next top 5, or you can choose the bottom 5. And that'll give you some versatility in whether you think after that one card saying, let's just say it's I don't know, a basic horsing, do you take that gamble to go with the next 4? Or do you go for the bottom 5? Interesting. I like that choice a lot. It adds a sense of tension. So yes, even though I may work long hours, and it's an easy job, guys, but like I said, it's just a long time. And you know, houses are expensive. There you go. But I am motivated, not just for myself, but for y'all. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Some family members came back home. We have ourselves a lightning energy, spirit tomb, Viridian Forest, Tentacruel, Staryu, Honage, Weedle, Dratini, Alolan Grimer, and our reverse is a Volibee. And lastly, a holographic Erica's Hospitality. It's quite a lovely card. We'll look at it right now. But yes, in the future, hopefully, if all goes well, in the near future, I want to do more elaborate stuff. Erica's Hospitality. You can play this card only if you have 4 or fewer other cards in your hand. Draw a card for each of your opponent's Pokemon in play. It's a beautiful card, guys. Let's take a quick look at it just to get a picture of all those flowers and trees in the background. And that's another reason why I would want my own place. Is for having my own Zen garden, if you will. Not really Zen garden, it's just gonna be a lot of trees, a lot of plants, some that produce fruit, some that produce flowers, beautiful grass, you know, a place I can take care of. Here we go. There you go. Yeah, a place I can call my own is my one main goal in life right now. We have a leaf energy or grass energy, Kangaskhan, Cosmium, Volibee. I don't know if you all can see this line. Yes, you can. It's a misprint, I think, right there. Very strange. Anyways, Pidgey, Honage, Nidoran, Lucky Magikarp. Our reverse is a Kabuto. And lastly, a Bronzong. What are your guys' current goals in life? What do you wish to do? Are you going to college? Are you getting through high school? Or are you like me and just playing along with the rat race? Or maybe you're doing something else. Maybe you're seeing the world. There you go. Experiencing other regions. All the Volibees seem to have that. Interesting. And we get quite a bit of Volibees. But I'm wondering, I'm curious as to your lifestyle. What is it that you do? What entertains you? What hobbies do you have? We have a Flaffy, Ammonite, Tauros, Volibee, Pidgey, Honedge, Nidoran, Magikarp. Oh wow, I don't think we've gotten that one. A Prismatic, Wondrous, Wanros? Wanru's Labyrinth. And lastly, oh shoot, the Pikachu and Zekrom GX. We'll go over both of these in just a sec. But what are your aspirations? What do you want to do? I hear a lot of people say, I want to do this when I grow up, or I want to teach, or I want to be this and that. Honestly, I think I never went to college because I never knew what I wanted to do, and I still don't. I don't believe, or I can't fathom, more like it. I can't fathom the fact that people know what they want to do by the age of 18. I mean, and then go off to college and major in that. It blows my mind. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Well, Wanru's Labyrinth. The attack of a non-dark Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's cost one normal energy more. Whenever any player plays an item or supporter card from their hand, prevent all effects of that card done to this stadium card. It's a very beautiful one. Look at that fire. And the holo just makes it so much better. Okay. Now, our Pikachu and Zekrom tag team card. Full Blitz does 150 damage. Search your deck for up to 3 electric energy cards and attach them to one of your Pokemon. Then shuffle your deck. That's a pretty good card, man. It's very beautiful. Tag Bolt GX does 200 damage. If this Pokemon has at least 3 extra lightning energies attached to it, additional to this attack cost, this Pokemon does 170 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. 170. Don't apply weakness or resistance for benched Pokemon. Dang, man. That's a crazy good card. Especially for a nice lightning deck. Okay. Well, if you did discover what you wanted to do before you were 18, or if you always knew, is it because someone in your family did it? Is it because it's something that intrigued you? I'm very curious. Because, like I said, I have family members who do pretty much everything. And I've never been able to tell you honestly what I want to do for the rest of my life. Fairy Energy, a Jasmine, Dragonair, Torracat, Poochyena, Alolan Geodude, Bronzor, Dratini, Tentacruel. Our reverse is a Hitmonchan. And lastly, we have a Lapras. But I can't, yeah, it's just something I can't fathom, I guess. But if you did, you found out, congratulations. What is it that you want to do? What do you plan on doing next to get to what you want to do? What is it that you have to do? I'm very curious because, like I said, I'm very limited to my bubble, and my bubble is very small. Okay, a lot of these have a streak through them. I think the printing was off. I don't know if you can see that line. Kind of right there. Yeah. It's crazy. Well, anyways. Pancham, Voltorb. Oops. I'm all over the place, guys. I am very sorry. There you go. There's your code card. 1, 2, 3, 4. So clearly nothing special in this one, right? I mean, if you know the trick. Dark Energy. We have a Jinx, Hitmonlee, Donna, Pancham, Voltorb, Klefki, Charmander, Litten. Our reverse is Anita. And Muck is our last card. And what else did I want to ask you? I mean, there's a long list of stuff right next to me. I guess I could choose one. Let's see. Oh. Which one of these things do I want to ask you? Here's your code card while I take a look. Okay. Hobbies. Let's talk hobbies. I have quite the extensive amount of hobbies that I more or less do on a regular basis when time is available. Psychic energy. But what are your hobbies? What do you do in your off time? Like, yes, I know a lot of people nowadays it's social media and video games. But I have to do other things instinctively. I don't know what it is. Torracat, Brock's Grit, Pokemon Communication, Zaru, Weedle, Joltik, Blitzel, Paris, a reverse. Ooh, it's a very, very beautiful card. Bisharp, and lastly, a Kabutops. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's instinctively, but yes, I do the video game thing. But I also do some woodworking from time to time. And then I do miniature painting, which my dad got me into. I've said that in the past. I recently picked up a new one, which was embroidery. It hurts quite a bit to start off. I mean, I was embroidering this thing, and it's a fairly simple design. It's not very intricate. It's one color too, and I just kept stabbing myself with the needle. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay. Fighting energy. Ammonite, Tauros, Lavender Town, Execute, Larvitar, Meowth, Nidoran, Mareep. Our reverse is a cute little Mimikyu, and lastly, wow, a Zangoose. That is a very beautiful card. Is he on a beach? I can't tell if that's water behind it, but look at that one, guys. Let's go ahead and read it. First move is Headhunt. Look at the top 6 cards of your deck. Reveal any number of Pokemon you find there and put them into your hand. Discard the other cards. slash. Does 40 damage. That's a very pretty card. Yeah, the embroidery hurts, and perler beating, I do that from time to time. I'll even do another one soon-ish. If any of you are familiar with Blizzard's aspect of soon TM, I should have also coined that, because, yeah, like I said, it's all worth it when I get my house. But I really, really want to do more. I want to learn other things. I aspire to learn other things. Because then it just gives you a broader skill set, and mainly it sparks a nice conversation when one of your friends goes, "Oh yeah, I built a piece of furniture today," and I can be like, "Oh, did you? Awesome, what did you build? Did you use this type of wood, or what did you coat it with? Did you use a varnish? Did you use a stain? And did you use tung oil? Are you going with a natural look?" Stuff like that. Different techniques, different styles. Learning trades from other people. War Turtle, Tauros, Ponyta, Cosmog, Voltorb, Squirtle, Bronzor. Our reverse is that cute little Vulpix. And lastly, we have a Pangoro. Nice. But that's what I love about doing all these different hobbies is whether it's new co-workers or people I meet while I go out. Not that I've really been out, but it gives you a sense of point of start of conversation. And I'm very socially awkward. I often lead a conversation down a path and then completely go silent and have that awkward silence. And I think it's just because, I work and I come home, I work and I come home, and I work and I come home, and that repetitive cycle doesn't, and then I'm bad at just generally talking to people. Flaffy, Jinx, Kangaskhan, Joltik, Blitzel, Squirtle. Oh, look at he's sleeping. That looks nice. Tentacruel, Paris. Our reverse is a Nidoran. And lastly, we have a Mimikyu. Yeah, generally I'm just bad at talking to people. I need to exercise that part of me more. And I don't, but I need to do it because, yes, it's acquiring information from other people during a conversation, but that's not the base of what a conversation is. I used to think that for a long time. People just talk to people to get information, but people talk to people just to talk. Just to interact with somebody else. Let me hold down a little longer just in case. There you go. Learn from each other, stuff like this, and I don't know, I always thought a conversation useless. Evelyn, but the more I work with other people, the more I learned. Pupitar, Kakuna, Staryu, Poochyena, Alolan Geodude, Paris, Joltik. Nice. Our reverse is that awesome Alolan Executor. And lastly, oh wow, look at that. Erica's Hospitality. We'll go ahead and take a look at that one. We've already read her card, but to get 2 of them in one deck, that is awesome, guys. And 1 booster box, sorry, not deck. Gosh, that is a beautiful card. Look at all those flowers in the background. Wow. And yes, at the base level, it's acquiring information from other people, but sometimes a conversation can just be about having a good laugh. Or sometimes it's having a good cry. with other people. And I never used to think of it in those terms. But now I do, and that's why I want to know more about you guys. What are your interests? What are your likes? What are your dislikes? Let's go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4. What video games do you play if you play video games? What art projects do you work on? Fire Energy, Ingo and Emmett. We have this cool CGI Charmeleon, Morgan, Mankey, Litten, Emolga, Mareep, Vulpix. Oh wow, look at that one. I think that's the first one we've gotten of a Ferrothorn. So pretty nice artwork as our reverse. And lastly, we have a Bronzong. Next up. But yes, I wish to learn more about other people. I believe every interaction we have now with the people around us makes us the persons we are and the people we become. And I want to see how it all ends. Who will I be in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years? Every, decade is 10 years? I could be somebody new, somebody different. 2, 3, 4. Something I never thought I'd be. Dark Energy, Viridian Forest, Rapidash, Electrocharger, Weedle, Helioptile, Execute, Ferroseed, Meowth. Our reverse is a very grungy looking Pidgeotto looking away from the sun. And lastly, a Beedrill. How will it all end, Who will I be when that time rolls around? Will I have a family? Will I not? Or, you never know. You never know what'll happen in life, and that's something I've become interested in more lately, is the almost gamble of it all. In essence, like, if you could put money on who you would be in, let's say, 10 years, let's give the smallest amount of time possible, who you would be in 10 years, do you think you'd win that bet? Even if you work towards Fighting Energy, Farfetch'd, Cosmium, Dragonair, Nidoran, Pancham, Voltorb, Klefki, Charmander, and our reverse is a water memory. Wow, that's beautiful. And we have a Moltres. But if you did put money on it, do you really think you'd win that bet? Like, down to the very essence of who you are. I don't think I could. Look at that one, guys. Wow. First one says, Top Burner. Discard all fire energy from this Pokemon. Then discard a card from the top of your opponent's deck for each energy you discarded in this way. Wow. And then Fire Spin. Deal 3 energy. But discard 3 energy from this Pokemon. Does 180 damage. Oh, that's a beautiful card, guys. Mountains in the background, beautiful sky. The legendary birds were some of the best Pokemon. Some of the best legendaries, I would say, arguably, ever created. I saw the new legendaries coming out in Pokemon Sword and Shield. I like the fact that they're wolves. I think they could have done something way more awesome with how they presented them, like their design. But yeah, if you bet money on that, I don't think you would win, honestly. There are too many variables in this world, too much ever-changing stuff. 2, 3, 4. We have a fairy energy, Hitmonchan, Grass Memory, Persian, Geodude, Grimer, Pidgey, Bronzor, and Poochyena. Our reverse is a Cosmium. And lastly, a beautiful Ninetales. Look at that, guys. Okay. Let me do some organizing real quick. It just helps me when I put them in the binder later. Okay, next pack. And those of you who do comment, do you have a YouTube channel? Or do you want to start a YouTube channel? And I will say this, it is a lot harder than it looks. I mean, firstly, consistency, they say, is the best thing. That is something I'm lacking incredibly so. But not only that, oof, another line, look at that, guys. Something is wrong with that printer. I mean, right now the YouTube community, a lot of people are getting mad with YouTube. I don't have that personal stake in it. Fighting Energy, Kabuto, Nita, Nidorina, Mankey, Emolga, Mareep, Vulpix, Joltik. I think Joltik's only like a couple centimeters tall. And our reverse is a Flaffy. Oh wow, look at that. Another tag team in this. We're getting some good cards, guys. We have the Eevee Snorlax. I think personally the best combo. First, well, not attack, but first ability. Cheer Up. Attach an energy card from your hand to one of your Pokemon. It's pretty cool. Next is Dump Truck Press. Does 120 plus damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon is an evolution Pokemon, this attack does 120 more damage. Wow, that's crazy. So 240 damage. Okay, Megaton Friends GX, 210 damage. If this Pokemon has at least one extra energy attached to it, in addition to the attack cost, draw cards until you have 10 cards in your hand. This is a real good card, guys. Wow. And such a beautiful card, too. Favorite Pokemon? Spirit Animal. And if you do have the YouTube channel, what do you do on there? Do you do ASMR? Do you do gaming? Do you do beauty tutorials? Because those all tie into hobbies. Like, people ask me about my channel at work or family. They ask me. And I really don't tell them what the channel is. But they ask me, do I plan on making money from it? And no, I don't. Like, maybe later down the line that'll change. Right now, this is by far one of the best hobbies I have, because it encompasses everything I do. I can do anything on this. Acrass Energy, Hitmonchan, Jasmine, Dragonair, Ferroseed, Pidgeotto, Charmander, Staryu, Litten. Our reverse is an Alolan Geodude. Oh wow, look at that. That's a beautiful card. I'd love to have that in holographic. Charizard, huh? But yeah, I mean, this, and then I've learned so much from it. I've learned how to edit audio, edit video. I'm constantly looking how to design certain things for the video. I'm learning different aspects of recording, styles, stuff of that nature. It's expanding the amount of knowledge I already have. And that's wonderful. There you go. But I recently did have a scare. My family asked me, and my nieces and nephews, they know about it. But they asked me, they told me, they were like, well, that's what I want to do when I grow up, water energy. And I told them, like, it's a 1 in a million job if you want to try to make it that, so don't. Just do it as a hobby, something you enjoy. Something you can talk to other people about, just something fun for you, a getaway, an escape, a place to calm down, a place to de-stress. Don't go into this thinking it's going to be this big business. Nidorina. Sabrina's suggestion. Alolan Graveler, Poniard, Staryu, Honedge, Weedle, Dratini. Our reverse is a Pupitar. Oh wow. This is a beautiful card. And holographic Lugia. Ho-Oh, Lugia, and the 3 legendary Zapdos, Articuno, and oh my god, how am I forgetting his name? I just got a Moltres. Are some of the beautiful legendaries we've ever had, I think, personally. Like I said, not too big of a fan of the current legendaries coming out. Let's go ahead and read it. Power Charger does 30 damage. Search your deck for a basic energy card and attach it to this Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. Are basic energies still a thing? I haven't seen any. Blasting Wind does 110 damage. That's such a beautiful card, guys. And yeah, when I heard that they wanted to do that as a job, I told them, I was like, this is not a job you can get easy. This is a hobby. If you make it big, you make it big. But that's like winning the lottery almost. I mean, there's people who try to figure out the algorithm to going viral and making videos, but there you go. You never really know what's gonna happen. Vulpix, Poniard, Geodude, Alolan, Mankey, Pancham. Oh, of course. 2, 3, 4. A Steel Energy, Return Label, Kangaskhan, Cosmium, Bronzong is our reverse, and Alolan Executor. But as a hobby, I would recommend this. I tell people at work who are vaguely interested in doing it to do it. 'Cause it's fun. you know, I've been gone for so long that, yes, some people have left. And it gave me a purpose. Like, I genuinely felt bad because I had let somebody down. There you go. And man, it kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. I've never felt so disappointed in myself. Hitmonchan, Dragonair, Unidentified Fossil, Squirtle, Tentacool, Grimer, Pidgey, Dratini. Our reverse is Moltres, because it heard us talking about it. Beautiful card, look at that. You can get a better look at the background right there. And lastly, oh my gosh, what a beautiful card. Sabrina's Suggestion. That's three trainer cards. Full art. Can't get this in. There we go. Such a beautiful card. Your opponent reveals their hand. You may choose a supporter card you find there and use the effect of that card as the effect of this card. Oh, that could be very strong. See, they have an Ingo and Emmett. Use Sabrina to use their Ingo and Emmett. Wow. That's awesome. No, I'm glad we got those three. Let's see, what other topics do I have to talk to you guys about, or ask you? I forgot. Well, this is gonna be something. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. We already discussed that. Kabuto, Fairy Charm UB, CG Charmeleon, Pancham, Squirtle, Klefki, Voltorb, Weedle. Our reverse is a Bronzor. And lastly, we have all three legendary birds. That's beautiful. Zapdos only has one move. Ah, yes. Okay, well, let me read this first. Zapdos, Thunderous Assault, 10 plus. If this Pokemon was on the bench and became your active Pokemon this turn, this attack does 70 more damage. This attack's damage isn't affected by weakness. Look at that, guys. Such a beautiful card. Pokemon Go. I've been playing a little bit more recently. Well, I've been doing my walks. And what team are you? Instinct, Mystic, or what's the other one? Honestly, I'm only concerned about Team Instinct. I forget the other two. I think it's Mystic and Valor. I don't remember. But yeah, I'm Team Instinct, and I haven't been able to go to community events, which I miss. Those used to be some of the best times, especially for walking. I mean, I used to go with a friend, and we'd have fun, you know, talking to people, like-minded individuals, all playing one game. It was nice. Dark Energy. And I hope to do it soon. Brock's Grit. Pokemon Communication. Flaffy. Ponyta. Alolan Grimer. Cosmog. Litten. Grimer. Our reverse is a Weedle. And lastly, a tag team Celebi and Venusaur. Wow, guys, that is... wow. First one is Pollen Hazard. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned, confused, and poisoned. Wow. Solar Beam does 150 damage, and our GX is Evergreen. Heal all damage from this Pokemon if this Pokemon has at least one extra grass energy attached to it. In addition to this attack's cost, shuffle all cards from your discard pile into your deck. You basically revive everything you've thrown out. That is a beautiful card. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 more to go. I always gotta remember the card trick. There you go. It is kind of upsetting that the decks are kind of ruined. We have a Fire Energy, a Pupitar, Electrocharger, Charmeleon. This Zaru right here has the line. Zaru, Larvitar, Psyduck. This Volibee surprisingly doesn't. Weedle. Our reverse is a Voltorb. And our last is a Pidgeot. But yeah, I mean, Team Instinct, I've been with them since I started the game back in 2006, I think, is when I started playing. And then, yeah, I took a short break, and then I came back really strong in 2018. And now, you know, I'm not coming back strong, but I'm playing and I'm enjoying it. And it's just a collecting game, too. I mean, it's not... I mean, you can battle, but 1, 2, 3, 4... There's not that big of a scene, I would say, where I live. And it's very hot outside. Water Energy, Grass Memory, Kakuna, Rapidash, Helioptile, Meowth, Nidoran, Larvitar, Psyduck. Oh, look at that. Our reverse is that beautiful Blastoise. And lastly, a Ferrothorn. It'd be nice to go, maybe move to a place that does, but like I said, current job, great job. Current housing market, cheap housing market. But you know, like I said, I don't know who I'll be in 10 years. I don't know who I'll be, shoot, in 5. There you go. So maybe I will, maybe I won't. Or maybe I'll just have the opportunity to take a lot more trips. Steel Energy, Farfetch, Graveler, Honedge, Pidgeotto, Nidoran, Cosmog, Lucky Magikarp, beautiful, beautiful Duo Blade, reverse, and Zebstrika. I love that Magikarp card so much. Just the artwork on it, so beautiful. Sometimes my work will ask me, well, they did recently, to travel. And I would have taken the opportunity, guys. Trust me, I would have. But it was on a week where I had family coming in. to spend time with them, and I don't see that family very often. So I wasn't able to take it, unfortunately, but maybe next time around I can, and who knows, if I get a laptop, I can do recordings while I'm out. We have to do 4-card shuffle, Dark Energy, Alolan Graveler, Ammonite, Water Memory, Charmander, Honedge, Pidgeotto, Nidoran, Cosmog. Ooh, wow, look at that. Tapu Koko as our Prism card. It's a beautiful card. We'll go ahead and read that. And lastly, a Aerodactyl. Okay, let's get this in here. Tapu Koko, Prism. Ability, Dance of the Ancients. Once during your turn, before you attack, if this Pokemon is on your bench, you may choose 2 of your benched Pokemon and attach a Lightning Energy card from your discard pile to each of them. If you do, discard all cards from this Pokemon and put it in the Lost Zone. Interesting. And then we have Match Bolt, which does 120 damage. That's a beautiful card, guys. Tapu Fini, Tapu Bulu, and Tapu Lele. I wonder if they have Prism cards, and if so, well then that's the next thing we need to collect, because those are very beautiful cards. And I think the Tapus were some good. I don't know if they were classified as legendary. I know they were the deities, but I think they might have been the Solgaleo and Lunaro were the legendaries of Sun and Moon. I'm curious as to what the third legendary is going to be in Sword and Moon. So that I'm looking forward to. And maybe I'll draw what I wanted the sword and shield to look like. Fire energy. And show you guys. Rapidash. We have Evelyn, Nanu, Pawniard, Alolan Grimer, Ponyta, Mareep, Charmander. Our reverse is a Nidoking. And lastly, oh my god, look at that. That's so cool. A Mr. Mime. He looks adorable here. In the movie, he's pretty good too. Pretty funny. Pretty good. Sorry if this video, I have a lot of energy and I'm very loud. I'll see if I can fix that in post. I'm pretty sure I can. It's just, it's nice. It's good to do this again. Oh, of course. I always ruin it. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a Leaf Energy, a Nidorino, Judge's Whistle, Nanu, Blitzel, Squirtle, Tentacool, Grimer, Pidgey. Our reverse is a Cosmog, and lastly, we have Gengar and Mimikyu. Wow, that's awesome. I don't know what to say. Like, we have all the team ups. I think that's all of them. Let me see. Well, we'll go over it. But first move, Poltergeist 50x. Your opponent reveals their hand. This attack does 50 damage for each trainer card you find there. Wow. That could devastate someone. Your opponent can't play any cards from their hand during their next turn if this Pokemon has at least one psychic energy attached to it. Each player draws cards until they have 7 cards in their hand. And that's Horror House GX. Beautiful name for a move. And man, do they look ominous. Make you look silly though. Gengar just always looks evil, I guess. Yeah, my little trash pile fell over. So, 3 more to go, guys. I need to find that trash can of mine. I don't know if you've noticed, but the desk is new. Oops. The desk is new. The last one, I had to give it away. Well, not necessarily had to, but I built a computer for somebody, and it's time that they needed a desk. So I gave them my old desk. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just to help them out. We have a Fairy Energy, Lavender Town, War Turtle, Heliolisk, Poochyena, Alolan Geodude, Bronzor, Dratini, Tentacool. Our reverse is a Dragonair. And lastly, an Executor. I am really surprised. Oh, okay. That was scary. That we managed to get all. And I think that's all the team-ups. I mean, yeah, sure, it's not the full art variants to it, but I mean, there you go. But, you know, it's crazy. To me, it's freaky. Now, Fire Energy. We have a Doublade, Flaffy. We have Morgan, Blitzel, Squirtle, Tentacool, Paris, Pawniard. Our reverse is a Torracat. And lastly, we have a holographic Amistar. One of the most strange Pokemon to me. I think because of its beak. It's like a squid meets a snail. Okay, Amistar. Ability Fossil Bind. As long as you have fewer Pokemon in play than your opponent, they can't play any item card from their hand. Then we have Bite that does 60 damage. That's crazy. Okay, last one. We've had a lot, so I think this is just gonna be a regular ending. But man, we'll go ahead and review everything we've got, and I mean it's quite a bit. I will not lie. It is quite a bit. Okay, so let's not ruin it for the final time. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a Leaf Energy, Heliolisk, Sabrina Suggestion, Torracat, Grimer, Pidgey, Bronzor, Poochyena, Nidoran. Our reverse is a Farfetch'd, and lastly, an Alolan Muck. Not a bad end, but like I said, let's review. we've got an Amistar, right? Then we have Gengar and Mimikyu. Let's get these in here. We'll put GX, regulars, and prisms. Tapu Koko, Celebi and Venusaur, Zapdos, Sabrina's Suggestion, Lugia, Eevee and Snorlax, Moltres, Erica's Hospitality, Zigzagoon, Pikachu and Zekrom, Wandrow's Labyrinth, Erica's Hospitality, Ingo and Emmett, and Articuno. So if we pick this up, yeah, I'll just organize these right here. Look at that. We're just missing Ho-Oh. Wow. And then let's go over here. These I think I'm most excited about. My gosh. Wow. And lastly, I don't know guys, it was a good day today. And like I get, this was a long time coming. And if you're still here, thank you. Thank you so much. And I can't say that I'll upload more often. I just can't. But what I can say is, from here on out, if I have an opportunity to do so, I am going to take that and do whatever I can do to get something out for y'all. Because I don't want to feel like I've let other people down. I was supposed to treat you better than I was going to ever treat myself. And I failed at doing that. I failed at living my own life's motto. So, I thank you very much. And without further ado, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Have a good one.